Are you considering buying or selling a property in the Greater Moncton area and wondering what is happening in the real estate world? In this video, I'm going to be reviewing the latest market conditions from July of 2023. Let's look at inventory supply and what this means. In July, there was 3.8 months of housing inventory. This tells us how many months it would take for all of the existing homes on the market to sell if no new homes were listed on the market based on the current sales rate. This allows us to determine what type of market we are in, a buyer's market, a seller's market, or a stable market. So for July, the inventory supply in Greater Moncton is still favoring sellers, as the norm is anything below 4 months of inventory is called a seller's market. With this data, we can see that Greater Moncton continues to experience low inventory, but is climbing towards a more stable market. Comparing inventory supply from June and July of 2023, I am seeing from the data that there is an increase of 1 month's worth of home inventory from 2.8 months in June to 3.8 months in July. But if I take a glance back to July of 2022, it is worth noting that there was 3 months of inventory. We will have to continue to watch to see if this trend continues once the summer months and vacation time is over and buyers start looking at making a move before the fall. Now let's chat a bit about the average sale price of homes. In July, the average sales price was $344,305. This is the overall average taking all residential homes in the Greater Moncton area. So it is a broad view of the market. The average sales price is up 9.2% compared to July of last year, but is down 3.8% from last month. I do feel it is important to note here that interest rates are playing into the sales price as well. Homes on the higher end are now selling at below list price and are taking a little bit longer to sell. Homes on the higher end are now selling at or below list price and are taking longer to sell. The demand is not as high. So when we look at the average sales price, we do not have as many high-end homes playing into this figure. However, first-time home buyers are still struggling with the price of homes and are still seeing multiple offer bidding. Let's review the sale to list price ratio. This stat gives us an insight into how close a home sold for to in relation to its list price. For July, the sales to list price ratio was 99.5%, meaning properties were selling very close to their list price and making vendors happy. This figure is holding steady and is only slightly up by 0.2% from June, but is showing us the market is finding the footing and pricing homes accordingly. And compared to July of 2022, this is a small decrease of 0.8%. While we remain in a seller's market, if homes are priced accordingly, they should sell very quickly and close to list price. So what does all this mean in terms of how long it's going to take for homes to sell? In July, it was taking an average of 24 days for a property to sell, and in June, it was taking 24.5 days on average. Really no change here. Simply put, homes are still selling quickly overall. And if we compare to July of last year, properties were selling in 22 days on average. So we are seeing a slight increase of 2 days year over year. So all this is saying is there are still plenty of buyers out there that need to buy a home. Unfortunately, this doesn't leave much time for buyers to consider their options. They need to be ready to make a move when they see the property they like. On the flip side, it is fantastic news for sellers. If you have your property priced right, the chances are it's going to sell quickly. So let me break all that down for you quickly. Housing prices are down a bit from last month, but it is important to mention that this is the overall average of all price ranges. Days on market are staying pretty stable. Homes are selling close to list price, and for first-time home buyers, they're still seeing multiple offer situations. A few extras are, in July, we saw 428 new residential listings with 268 sales, which is why we're seeing an increase in inventory levels for July. It is important to do your own research and work with a professional to make the best decision for your situation. Thank you for watching, and if you require an accurate market analysis for your home or you're thinking about buying and need guidance in purchasing in this market, feel free to reach out to me. I will always give you the straight goods